वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। Continuing in our discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Geetā, today, this morning in India, it is 229th class in this series, and we have been seeing the original shlokas of the Bhagavad Geetā along with Shankara's commentary, Shānkara Bhāshya. In the last class, we covered a few more verses. To be more specific, the fourth verse of the 11th chapter was covered, and in the fourth verse, Arjuna made an explicit request. Arjuna said to Sri Krishna, if you think I can behold your cosmic form, your Vishvarupa, O master of all yogas, please show to me that form. Darshaya, please show to me your Vishvarupa, was an explicit request in no uncertain terms. He is assertive, he is open, he is not hesitating, he is expressing his wish very clearly. And that is what Sri Krishna likes about Arjuna. The very name Arjuna stands for straightforwardness. Arjava means that value of straightforwardness, and that Arjava is in this great prince of Hastinapura. No wonder he is named Arjuna, son of Indra and son of Kunti. Arjuna is an exemplary Pandava, and he was chosen not without reason by Sri Krishna to give this great wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Geetā. Srimad Bhagavad Geetā, called Bhagavad Geetā, sometimes just called Geetā, is a handbook of guidance, inspiration in daily life. It is meant to be lived, not just read and forgotten, not just memorized and then given out somewhere in front of some audience. Bhagavad Geetā is to be read and lived. Eknathishwaran therefore wrote 3 volumes of commentaries on Srimad Bhagavad Geetā and titled that set of 3 volumes, published in United States by Nilgiri Press, that is his own printing press or publications, and published in India by Jayco, a well-known publishing company headquartered in Mumbai. He titled it as Bhagavad Geetā for daily living. Live what you find inspiring. Arjavam, Arjuna's straightforwardness. You appreciate it, you admire it, try to be straightforward right now. From today, once more there is a sample of desirable communication in the Gita. Arjuna expresses his desire. And later in this very chapter, very openly, very explicitly, without looking left or right, Arjuna apologizes to Sri Krishna. What is straightforwardness? In various situations, to say what you have in mind and do it without distorting it in any manner. Thank somebody when the right thing to do is to thank. Apologize to the other person when it's the right thing to apologize. Express your criticism, maybe in a constructive manner, maybe in a palatable manner, not in a distorted manner. Then you have Arjava. What do we learn from Bhagavad Gita? 1,000 things. And one of them is Arjava, straightforwardness, down-to-earth nature. In America, they use the expression, especially youngsters, I heard them saying, upfront. Say it upfront. I like that expression. Say it upfront. Don't say it behind my back with X or Y, with A or B. All right. Now, responding to his clear request, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, we go to the 5th verse in this 229th class on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In this particular series, we have given lectures on the Gita many times in the last 40 years, but in this series, coming on YouTube, this is the 229th class. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, the Blessed Lord said, Vacha, Pashya me Partha Rupani, Shatashotha Sahasrashaha, Nana Vidhani Divyani, Nana Varnakriti Cha. Partha, O Arjuna, Pashya. This is one of the imperatives in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, both literally and grammatically. Pashya. Grammatically, it is called Lot Lakara. There are 10 lakaras, tenses and moods. Pashya is a mood. It's called imperative mood. In any language, when you say to someone, come, go, sit, get me a glass of water, please follow this. A request, an order, an entreaty, all of them are imperative mood. Then tenses, of course, in Sanskrit there are 6 tenses. Once Vibha Chaitanya and I were in a city called Bowling Green in the state of Kentucky in USA. iPhone was a little new that time. So we had an iPhone in our hands. And there was this Siri. Now also there is. Siri answers any question. So we asked a few questions and Siri, the software in the iPhone, answered quite well. Then one of us said, Siri, tell us a joke. And the joke was really very good. Not all would understand quickly. I have shared it here and there were occasions where everybody blinked. What? What did he say? So pay attention. It's not very complex, but you just need to be a little attentive. Siri gave the joke to us, the three or four of us eager to listen to its answer. Siri said, once past, present, and future went to a coffee shop, and the atmosphere became tense. That's all it said. After all, past, present, and future are tenses. Past tense, present tense, future tense. If three tenses go to a coffee shop, what else would happen in the coffee shop? The atmosphere will become tense. So, Bhashya is not a tense. Bhashya is imperative mood. Imperative mood, benedictive mood, potential mood, and one other, the four moods. See, behold, Partha, Arjuna, see now, Rupani. Rupani is not the surname of a Gujarati or a Sindhi. Some time back, there was one Rupani, Chief Minister of Gujarat. Probably that is the gentleman who, alas, passed away in the recent Air India crash. Ahmedabad to London, very tragic incident. But here, Rupani is the plural of Rupam. Rupam is form. See my forms. Shatashaha, hundreds and hundreds. Oh, that is an understatement. Sahasrashaha, thousands and thousands. And don't think they are all of the same kind. Once my friends took me, we drove some 3 hours, I guess, north of San Francisco. And there was a temple of 1,000 Buddhas. We were eager to see what does this the temple of 1,000 Buddhas mean. And true enough, at that temple there were many features. In fact, when we went, there was meditation going on. We also joined, sat for some time. 1,000 people or maybe 500 people were meditating in a hall. But what was special about that temple of 1,000 Buddhas was, yes, actually, apart from some huge Buddhas, there were middle-sized Buddhas and small-sized Buddhas. And I guess on certain, if I remember right, on some walls, there were a number of, on the wall, spaces, pockets, where there were tiny Buddhas. We did not count, but quite possibly, if someone were to count all the Buddhas, that would add up to 1,000. We have 1,000-pillared hall in Tiruvannamalai. There too I have not counted whether it is literally 1,000 or a large number therefore called the 1,000-pillared hall. And over there is one Patala Guha. You go down the steps, there is a certain basement, a very tiny cave. One person can sit there on the floor. That is where the 21-year-old Venkatraman was discovered by Sheshadri Swami, and he later was known as Ramana Maharshi. This boy from Tiruchuli, who went to school in Madurai, had come to Tiruvannamalai and was in such deep meditative state, and he, in order not to be disturbed from the state of absorption, where I guess he experienced utter oneness of all existence. The division of you and me, the division of past and future, the division of success or failure, a whole lot or all kinds of divisions apparently subsided. There was happiness, there was alertness, and there was oneness of all existence. He sat there for days, months, and maybe a couple of years. That is Patala Guha. Those days it was not very clean. It is said some insects or some creatures, maybe even a scorpion, was around there. But now they have cleaned it and it is a place worth seeing. You go to Patala Guha and bow down before Sri Ramana Maharshi's picture, and there's a linga there, Shiva Linga. So Sahasrashaha, thousands and thousands of forms of Mahavishnu were coming up in front of Arjuna. Nana Vidhani, any kinds, Divyani, divine, Nana Varna Akratini cha, of countless Varna colors, Akrati shapes. Shankaracharya says, Partha Pashya Rupani Shatashaha Ata Sahasrashaha, all words from the shloka itself. Anekashaha ityartha. Don't take 100 or 1,000 literally. It's much more than thousands. Therefore, countless. Eka means one. Aneka is not one. In this present context, it means countless forms. Nana vidhani, aneka prakarani, of many kinds, of many varieties. And what does the word divyani mean? Divya means divi bhava, born in the heaven, or div can also mean light, born of light, born in light. Light here means pure consciousness. Pure consciousness, figuratively, is called light in the Vedanta. It is not literally light as physics would call a certain spectrum of electromagnetic waves, the highest being violet and the lowest being red. That is light in the phenomenal universe. That's a form of energy. But this light of consciousness that is the true nature of you and me too, is the substrate, is the adhisthana for energy, for matter, for everything. So Divi Bhavani, Chinmaya Rupam Ityartha. Pashyame Rupani, Chinmayani. Chit means consciousness. Chit, Chaitanya, Samvit, Prajna, Prajnanam, all of them mean pure consciousness. There is a lot of research going into consciousness. What is consciousness? Around the world, even in some universities, they are doing consciousness studies. Many have got PhDs. Many have guided students to do PhD in consciousness. Shankaracharya says, on one hand, it is born of pure light, and another is aprakritani. Prakrita means born of Prakriti. Prakriti is the five elements. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala and Prithvi. Space, air, fire, water and earth. So, made of the five elements, things are all the time subject to decay and death. But God's forms are not made of the five elements. Nana Varnakriti Nicha, Nana Vilakshanaha, Nila Pitadi Prakaraha. So Varna refers to blue, yellow, and so on. Nila Pitadi Prakaraha Varnaha, Tata Akritayaha ke Avayava Sanstana Visheshaha. Akriti is after all various forms, various shapes, and a shape is after all visualized as many different parts coming together. As you know, two rectangles of certain shape are put together, it can become a rectangle. Two triangles rather. Two triangles can make a rectangle. A couple of triangles and a couple of rectangles, etc., together can make a hexagon, an octagon, and so on. And then in trigonometry, we study rhombuses, circles, and in mathematics, don't we study hyperbola, parabola, and so on, and the maths and the equations for them. So you name it, all kinds of shapes and graphs and lines and figures were appearing. Akritayaha, avayava sanstana vishesha, avayava parts. Parts come together in various ways and new shapes are born. Yesham rupanam tani nana varnakritini cha. And then Lord Krishna himself says, Arjuna, see my forms. Pashyadityan vasun rudran ashvinau marutas tatha bahuni adrishta purvani Pashya Ascharyani Bharata. The word Pashya comes second time and two times in this shloka. Pashya Adityan, see suns here, not just one sun. Many suns. Pashya Vasun, certain kinds of celestial beings. We have seen who the Vasus are, how many of them are, and so on in the previous chapter. And same way Rudra, Ekadasha Rudra, Ashwinav, Dvau, two Ashwini Devatas. I guess they are especially endowed with unbelievable wisdom of medicine. They are Ashwini Devatas. Then there is Dhanvantari also. So various skills are present with these Devatas, celestial forms. Marutas Tatha. Marut can mean wind, but Marut again is a name of certain category of celestial beings. Bahuni adrishta purvani. Arjuna, behold here things which you have not seen. Drishta means seen before, adrishta, unseen before. Pashya ascharyani bharata. You will be surprised, you will be astonished. Your jaws will drop as you see these forms. Shankaracharya explains Adityan, Dwadasha Adityan, 12 of them. Vasun, Ashtav. In Sanskrit, 8 is represented by either Ashta or Ashtav. The word Ashtav has nothing to do with the dual number. Ramaha Ramau, Ravihi Ravi. Ashtav is nothing to do with that Vivachana. Ashtav is 8. 8 Vasus, 11 Rudras, Ashwinav Dyav. In his footnotes, Swami Sachidananda Saraswati gives the two names of the Ashwini Devatas. One is called Nasatya, another is called Dasra. Nasatyascha dasrascha iti dvau ashwinau. Interesting, nasatya. Satya means truth, asatya means false. Nasatya, that is na asatya, again is truth. Double negation. Therefore, see these Ashwini Devatas, Arjuna, behold all these and much more. Pashya Ascharyani. Saptagana Marutaha, they are not seven alone, sets of seven, several sets of seven. Seven sets of seven each. Tataja Bahuni Anyani api Adrishta Purvani Manushya Tvaya Adrishtani. In this human world, you never see them. I am bringing all the worlds, all the lokas in front of you now. Tvattaha anyena vakena chit pashya. Pashya ascharyani. See astonishing figures. So when it's said, not seen, these forms are not seen by you. Tvattaha, tvaya. Tvaya means by you. And tvattaha anyena together means those other than you. Tvattaha means other than you. Rather, Tvattaha means than you. Panchami Vibhakti has the sense of than you. Rama is older than Bharata. He says Ramaha Bharatat Jayan. Jayan means older. Bharatat. Same way, Tvattaha means other than. Again, other doesn't come in that. Tvattaha is than you, Anya is other. Tvattaha Anyena. By anyone other than you also. Most of these forms were never seen, cannot be seen. They need special eyes for this. Pashya Ascharyani Adbhutani cha. For Ascharya, Bhagavan Bhashyakara gives the synonym Adbhuta, most wonderful. Na kevalam etavadeva. A connecting expression is given by Sri Shankaracharya. Etavadeva means only this much. Na kevalam etavadeva. It's not just this much. Ihaikastam jagatkritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yacchanyad-drashtumichchasi. Mama dehe, right here in my body. Even as Sri Krishna is saying this, Arjuna at this moment is unable to see anything else. Arjuna is able to see the normal physical figure of Sri Krishna with whom he had plenty of interaction for decades. In this body which you are seeing, in a couple of minutes, you will see. Please see, I will show, please behold. Mama Dehe Jagat Krishnam, the entire universe. Krishna means entire, the whole. Krishna is different, Krishna is different. Krishna means entire, whole, not leaving out anything. Iha ekastam Krishnam Pashya Adya, today, Sacharacharam, which includes the moving and the unmoving, the mobile and stationary. Mama Dehe Gudakesha. Once I asked young boys, what is the meaning of Gudakesha? The boy said, we have heard Sri Krishna was fond of butter. Maybe he was fond of jaggery also. Guda means jaggery. Brown sugar. In the West, they call it brown sugar. In India, I don't know whether they use it same sense or now. The language has changed, but years ago, in India, if you had said brown sugar, that was some, you know, some psychedelic drug or some substance which would give you hallucination. So in 1993, first time when I went to United States, by the time I landed there because of some delays of the flight, instead of morning, I reached 1993, November 4. It was late evening, dark. All I did went to the place where I was to stay, first time in the United States. Uma Jayarasa Singham made nice dosas. I ate them and then I slept off. Next morning, Roger Warren, one of the boys who had done Vedanta course, was also in the building. He and I just crossed that little lane, Park Avenue, went to a little shop, maybe for fancy. I don't think really needed honey, but he asked me, "You need anything, Swami?" He was my own student at the Sandipani, Mumbai. And he said, "Yeah, maybe a little honey would be good." So we both crossed the road, not very wide also. And there in that little shop, small shop, there was brown sugar. And I said, brown sugar is not a good thing to keep in shops. Because in my mind, that British English or some English that time. But then I realized brown sugar is what we call jaggery in India. White sugar, brown sugar. A little shop. First shop where I didn't enter, at the counter only I stood. And the first shop where we bought honey and crossed the road again, come back to our place. That shop was run by a Malayali. A Malayali Christian was running it. Interesting, huh? And not very interesting from other angles of view, but for me, oh, I was expecting a tall white American, maybe Britisher or some European, but here was some Babu Thomas or somebody. He talked to us. So Gudakesha, that boy said in a village in Uttar Pradesh, Sri Krishna perhaps was fond of good, that is jaggery. No, no, no. Gudaka means sleep. So was he fond of sleep? Come on, put that being fond of aside. Gudaka Isha, he was having complete control over. Oh, it's not Sri Krishna. Arjuna is addressing, rather, Sri Krishna is addressing Arjuna. So Arjuna is called, yeah, Krishna was fond of butter, and the boy thought Arjuna was fond of jaggery. Gudakesha is used here too. In a couple of other places also in the Gita, Gudakesha is the name of Arjuna. Arjuna had such control over sleep. Gudaka iti nidra, Ishaha iti Prabhu. He could control his sleep for several nights at a stretch, day and night, day and night. Several periods of 24 hours each, Arjuna could stay awake, and we believe that he had practiced archery like that. O master of sleep, O one of terrific control over sleep, please now behold. By simply staying awake in this normal sense, you will not behold anything divine. You need inner purity and grace of God, which is now flowing towards you. Yacha anyadrashtu vichasi. Even if you want to see anything else, everything will be seen here in this cosmic form. Bhashyakara says, Iha ekastam, ekasminneva sthitam. At one place, in one body, mama dehe, Jagat Krishnam Samastam Bhāshya Adya. Today, at this moment, Sacharacharam Charaihi Saha Acharaihi Api Saha. Chara means moving, Achara means stationary. Mobile and stationary. If I were to ask young boys, mobile and fill up the blank, they might these days say mobiles and laptops. Today, mobile goes with laptop, but otherwise, mobile moving, stationary unmoving. Sacharacharam. So you are asking a friend, come, and when you come, bring your mobile and your laptop. You may say, Sacharacharam agaccha. Tatra chara iti mobile phone, acharaha iti tava laptop. Sacharacharam agaccha he mitra. Charena acharena cha. I put it in plural. Charaihi acharaihi cha vartate iti. Sacharacharam rupam mama pasya. Mama dehe gudakesha. Hey Arjuna. Here Shankaracharya doesn't explain the word gudakesha, but he has done elsewhere. Yacha anyat. Not just shapes and figures and colors and sounds and forms, but even events such as Jaya, Parajaya, Adi, Yat Shankase. Jaya, victory. You'll see someone winning, celebrating, someone losing, crying over their defeat, debacle. Now, Jaya and Parajaya especially are relevant because when Gita began, not in the first chapter, but in the first 6 verses of the second chapter, Arjuna expresses tremendous anxiety. Oh, will we win? We don't know. Will we lose? We don't know. Yadva jayema, yadi va no jayeyuhu. They will conquer us. Naha means us. Yadva vayam jayema, yadiva te kauravaha, naha asman jayeyuhu. Iti yat avochaha. You said this, right? Arjuna, you expressed doubt and anxiety about possible victory or possible defeat. What actually will happen, you will see. This war will be seen in my Vishwarupa. Whatever happened, whatever is happening, and whatever is yet to happen will all be seen in this form. O Arjuna. Jaya Jayo. So, though not said in the shloka, Adi Shankaracharya not only adds this expression, Yatcha Anyat, what else, anything else. He says it could be victory and defeat, especially connected to Arjuna's wondering. Yadva Jayema, Yadivano Jayuhiti Yadavocha, Tadapi Drashtum Yadi Ichasi. So here we go. Next shloka. Sri Krishna on his own grants to Arjuna divine vision. Natumam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuh pashyame yogameshwaram. Arjuna, you surely have guessed by now, anena eva swachakshusha, by this pair is meant, this pair of your eyes, drashtum na shakyase, you won't be able to see this cosmic form. You need to have divine eyes. Divyam chakshuhu, chakshuhu here means vision. It could be two eyes. The same two eyes are elevated are promoted, are taken to another level. They are empowered. Divyam te dadami chakshuhu pashyame yogam ishwaram. Ishwara rupam. As of now, you see me as a human being. But I am Ishwara. I am the Lord. The entire creation has three parts. Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. And Mahavishnu is Ishvara. Vashyakara says, Kim tu natumam Vishwarupa dharam shakyase drashtum. Vishwarupa dharam, as I hold, as I bear, the cosmic form, you won't be able to see it. Prakritena, with your eyes made of the five elements. Swakiyena chakshusha. Yena tu shakyase drashtum. That power of seeing by which you will be able to see this form, and that divyam dadamite tubhyam chakshuru. Tena pashyame yogam aishwaram, ishwarasya mama aishwaram. And what is yoga? Yoga shakti atishayam ityartha. Somewhere else, Shankaracharya has yoga means ghatana shakti, to make things happen. Like a magician takes out a rabbit and a second rabbit and a third rabbit. Dozens of rabbits he takes out from his hat, and the spectators are astonished. That is magic. Once in one of our spiritual camps, we had invited a local magician. He happened to be around, and somebody said, "Shall we invite him?" Why not? He came. And he brought out 100 rupees, 500 rupees notes from some hat or something, or box or something, on and on and on. All of us were surprised. And one of the spectators asked him a question. When you are able to bring out money like that left and right, you should have been very rich. You should be very rich. He smiled and said, if I had really brought out so many 500 rupees notes, as I made you believe, why would I practice magic show? I am a poor magician going around showing all these tricks, and I don't have much money at all. And he laughed. So a magician makes people see, but actually he doesn't have either so many rabbits or so many currency notes and all that. It is just an empty show. In the case of Ishvara, he actually brings all those. Don't imagine this Vishwarupa Darshana was the best magic show ever shown on in this universe. It was not a magic show. It was as real, if not more real, than what you and I behold in our world. People ask me sometimes, do you really believe Rama and Krishna, Shiva, Indra in Indraloka? Do you think they are real? I said they are more real than the figures that you and I are assuming. We have a figure. They are more real than your uncle or aunt. They are more real than Trump or Modi. They are more real than Amitabh Bachchan or Gregory Peck. They are more real than well-known celebrities in sports or in athletics or in all those fields. Oh, Indra has been beheld. Indra has been seen. Indra has been experienced by rishis thousands of years ago. And today also there are certain mystics who are able to visit Devaloka, go around and come. I have mentioned these lectures. In these lectures, Mother Meera, originally from Andhra or Telangana, presently living most of her time in some small town in Germany near Frankfurt. In her younger days, she again and again went to Devaloka saw Indra, Devatas. And this is what rishis had seen. After all, the existence of you and me also is not certified by some international body in Europe or America. You and I also are said to exist because thousands of people see us. We see them. So we certify each other because we see them, we talk to them, we sit and have lunch with them, we exchange things with them. And all those were done by saintly figures, mystical figures from time immemorial. And right now also we have people who listen, who hear from Devatas. Therefore, like a magician, Sri Krishna is not literally a magician, he is way above these puny magicians. He actually can create, bring out, and what he brings out is as real, if not more real, than the people whom we meet. With this, it is said, Vishwarupadaram, Prakritena, simple words. The Bhashya is very simple. Divyam dadami tena pashyame yogam ishwaram ishwarasya mama ayoga akyoga shakti atishayam. A surpassingly great amount of unbelievable sights and spectacles are before you. With this, Sri Krishna's words conclude. Sanjaya then says, which we shall see in the next class, Sanjaya says, O Rajan, addressing Dhritarashtra. O Dhritarashtra, having said this Hari, Mahavishnu, showed to Arjuna his supreme cosmic form. That comes in the 9th verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.